You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Giving you the latest news from Shroud, Avatar, and beyond. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Today is Wednesday, July 6, 2016, here in Shroud, Avatar. It is Hump Day. I hope everybody gets their hump on, or at least gets over their hump, however it may be.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, that's right. Gotta say hello
you
to
might laugh at this,
joining
but
us out there.
I started late.
Oh, no. That did not happen. Jack did not start late. Jack never starts late.
Pretty funny. Well, Jack got distracted by helping this new guy in front of us who was looking for the longsword blade recipe. So I told him to go check the vendor up the road in the market.
I know he can find the mold probably up. But
the longsword blade recipe wasn't there. So if you don't have a recipe and you remember we do have a
long swords where they just took out long and short and just made it a blade. And you just needed a blade for whatever sword it was that you were making?
That I don't know.
Okay. Of course, you can go to sodacraft.wiki and sodacrafting.wiki and search for whatever recipe that it is you need. One of our sponsors here on the show. If they don't have it, of course, check out sodacraft.com. They may have it. Easiest two places to find out information. And last but not least, if you don't try that, try the Soda Wiki. See if it might be in there.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out to my old man listening out there today. Thanks for checking up on us and taking a listen. He's listening from down in Fort Myers, Florida. Called before the show.
Which means he's going to tell you that your levels are off again?
Actually, I told you. We were playing with them, and we had Justin verify. Took a little bit, but
sounds a lot better.
Thanks to his insight and just things. I found out a couple things that I didn't know. That mids were my enemy, not my friend, like I thought they were. So makes for a big difference in the audio broadcast live. Of course, we know that the repeats were always great. But anyway, moving right along. Stella!
Moving right along. We do have something really funny to talk about besides
joining us
Stella!
Out there. Yes, that's right.
And don't forget Blow Omen, Botox, Change Tip.
All the regulars joining us today.
Maynard.
Gix chiming in here, just sitting in his normal spot.
Hello, Gix, yes.
So, we got a big first to talk about here.
Big first.
And we talked about this in the past. I'm having a little connection problem there. Give me a second. But we talked about this in the past. And this happened, or something we talked about when we were having gold bugs and exploits and all sorts of that, was ways for them to combat that, as well as what exactly happened. So let's get into that. Why don't you tell the good folks out there what exactly transpired yesterday? And
yesterday they released patch 438, and then they rolled it back. And this is the first time in 31 months that they have actually rolled back a patch that has been patched to the live server.
That's right. Now,
and that. This is something that we did not experience because we did not leave Owl's Head. But if there was any scene with an oracle, it broke the scene.
That's right.
So
you entered the scene with an oracle in it. That was it for you. If you were on Steam, your Steam client would automatically revert back to the patch. For you folks who weren't using Steam, of course, you're still sitting there going, I want my game back. You're waiting for the next patch, or you have to reinstall. So for those of you on slow connections, just bite the bullet. There should be a patch out sometime this afternoon. I haven't seen any note of any yet. We didn't get one before the show.
Yeah, we were expecting one before the show, but it has not happened yet. So it may have failed the build.
Everybody.
But first rollback, and I mean that is actually really shocking that instead of rushing out another patch, they decided to roll it back and then refix it that way. So I guess that was probably the fastest method.
I was going to say, you know, for time constraints, and geez.
And that's because we know it takes them 3-4 hours to actually create a build. That's if it's successful, and then from there to push it out. And whereas doing this quick rollback allowed them to get people back in and playing within like 1 to 2 hours.
I mean, it was, you know, it was pretty quick from the time we announced the patch to the time that we got noted a rollback was probably within an hour and a half tops.
Yeah. And Gix actually just chimed in, and he says that he thinks that it's more like six hours to actually push a build now.
Wow.
So that is something where they do have to pay attention to what's going on and see, which means that the internal sanity test needs to be a little bit more exhaustive.
Yes, absolutely. And sanity testing they do. I mean, we've seen patches that jump 6 and 7 numbers because of failed pushes, and that's no fun for anybody. No fun for anybody at all.
But at the same time, this is all part of development. Nothing ever works right the first time, and if you say it does, you're lying.
Well, we had a lot of stuff that was working. It's just that every time they add new stuff or fix other stuff, they break other stuff, and
well, that's the nature of coding. Whenever you start getting long detailed projects, as soon as you start changing one behavior, it affects others.
Absolutely. Now we've been asked that question before. How do they break that? They fixed this, which is totally irrelevant. I said, no, you don't understand. You may think it's totally irrelevant, but this connects to that, which connects to the other thing, which connects to the next thing, which connects to everything overall, which connects to the thing that you got broken. You know, it's just one of those things. One of the reasons why I'm not a coder is that would drive me batty.
Me, it's a boredom thing.
No. You know, as I spent a couple weekends down in the basement with the VIC-20 typing out computer code from PC Gamer magazine back in the day, man. I'm telling you, semicolons to this day, man. Me and semicolons are enemies, man. I tell you. Yeah,
I told you what my first job was, right?
Yep.
Yeah, programming COBOL.
Why don't you tell I was just going to say, why don't you tell the good folks out there, COBOL? Yeah. Jeez.
Creating user interfaces in COBOL.
Wow.
Yeah. So not even an object-oriented language. So it was
how far
painful.
Programming's come.
Yes.
But anyway,
time COBOL still is what our banking industry thrives upon.
Yeah, with all these jumps in technology, those credit card swipers are still working at 3 and 1200 baud. Kills me.
Yep. So, I mean, we do have a stand-up corner that we can talk about.
We do.
We can talk about
we got post-mortem coming up tomorrow.
Rollbacks might be used in the and we got lots of information for today. So where do we want to begin? Do we want to begin with our stand-up corner, or do you want to finish up the post-mortem questions?
Well, I'm assuming the post-mortem questions, I haven't checked those this morning. Of course, I did check the stand-ups. I'm assuming we've got more questions, and that list is continually growing. So we'll go to that.
It's going to keep on growing
as we get through the rest of today's show. So let's go ahead and pull up the stand-up. Okay. We haven't had a stand-up in a few days.
Stand-up corner, yeah.
Now, of course, that was due to
it was
release
last week.
Right.
Yeah, last week we knew it was going to say bugs for almost everything, so that's not a big loss. Today we do have yesterday's stand-up corner. Remember, the Portalarium offices was closed for business on July 4th. Today is July 6th, so this is what our devs said that they were working on July 5th.
That's right.
Now, just keep all those dates straight. So, over in the art department, we did have Bob working on bugs.
Bug.
And Great Viking Hall prefab. Kevin was working on Lynx and Rottweiler pets and bugs.
Bug.
And children bugs.
Bug.
I want to know what kind of children bugs he was working on, because
be
I
lice,
think children are always buggy.
It's the end of the school
Yeah,
year,
I mean, children are one massive lice infestation.
Yeah.
But there is a hairstyle that can prevent lice for
right.
almost everything.
Take your hat off.
Shave their heads. That's right. Shave their heads. Shave their heads. Leo, the sound guy, was working on bugs.
Bug.
And dogs and cats and town chatter.
Chatter, chatter, chatter.
Matt,
our own Gix, sitting here joining us.
was cleaning house. That's right. He's cleaning house with some broom sweeping and belching and farting and sneezing and coughing.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. They're keeping them busy. We want new dances. I gave you a whole bunch of new dances.
That's right.
Well, I know.
The and the farting, I don't see that technically in the list, but it should be there.
I know that. He's commenting. This is yes, but it's on the to-do list. Absolutely.
So farting is on the to-do list?
That's what he just said. I don't do this. He's the one who.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been doing this since day one. It's nothing new. Nothing new, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, he's working on some of the domestic stuff, and that also gives our NPCs some actions to actually perform while they're idling.
That means we can actually walk around the house scratching ourselves and farting by the time this game goes live. You realize that?
Well, maybe we could pull the Al Bundy and relax on the couch with our hands in our pants.
Put our hands in our pants, and that's right. Ah, look who decided to show up today.
Scrota finally got here.
Hello.
Finally got here. Man,
I am here.
Where's the rest of Shroud?
We are Shroud.
That's right. We are Shroud.
Scrot.
Hey, it's his band. He can call it what he wants, damn it,
Hey, how do you say these three letters? GIF?
Oh!
Man, Gix is having fun puking all over
we didn't get that on screen, so he's going to have to do that more time.
I did.
And he wipes his mouth afterwards. I love it. There it is. Oh!
I like puke on me.
He's been slimed.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. Okay. I gotta ask Gix. Did he work on what is it? The length of that? We were trying it from the hot air balloon, and it was stopping in midair, and it wasn't coming all the way down to the ground. Was that fixed? I'd love to be able to splatter somebody from the hot air balloon. That's just me.
It seems like it goes all the way to the ground, no matter what.
Anyway, moving right along.
Justin actually texted me saying that she wants to see more burping and farting and scratching.
I'm telling you, we scratch ourselves, we take our pants off, walk around the house, and be ourselves,
Because she wants art to imitate life, and she says that she can't escape it. So from there, we do have Reed working on bugs.
Bug.
And interactive shutters.
Nice.
What would you want to say, Scrota?
I'm wondering when the bouncing on chairs is going to be fixed.
You got to take the nut butter off the chairs.
Oh, Gix is bouncing on my screen.
Oh, he's drunk.
Wait, he's doing the drunk. He's drunk. If you notice, burping is coming, and Rustic Dragon is guest starring as the voice actor for that one.
Oh, that's
awesome.
classic. That's classic.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And Gix also says that the other thing wasn't fixed. He's got to talk to Finn about the depth or the range of the puke falling from the sky.
Okay.
Lovely topics we have here. Farting, scratching ourselves, puking. But these are things that are actually available in the game, folks. We just report the news.
Yep.
We don't make this shit up. If we tried to make this shit up, we couldn't do it, I tell you.
It wouldn't be funny.
Remember, we interpret the news so you don't have to.
Yeah, it wouldn't be funny if it was made up.
Scotty is playing around with pipe models and textures.
Sweet.
He's taking design lessons from two gentlemen from California.
Oh?
Yes, you may know who they are.
All right, I'm a little slow today.
Two comedians from California, Cheech and Chong. Yeah, real slow.
I'm sorry, I think Mexico.
Yeah.
East LA. East LA is a different
East
world.
LA. Yeah.
From East LA,
That's right.
man.
So over in design, we do have Brandon playing around with Release 32 planning and resistance updates and decoration cleanup. Dan is working on player towns and customer service support and bugs. And Release 32 planning. Finn is working on juggles and pipe smoking and torch bugs.
Here.
You forgot the bugs.
I only do one thing at a time. Bug.
Okay. You need to cue them up then.
Led Zepp's not here, Led Zepp usually does that.
No. Yeah.
Bug.
Keith is working on Farrag's Battle Camp is being updated. Then we have matey. He's working on Brittany Estates foliage.
Is she doing a little grooming down there in the estates?
Yes.
Making sure everything's nice and
you
happy.
You do have to clean up after
right.
everything's done. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Then Lum the Mad is working on bugs and forums. And Sorcerer Steve is playing around with spite. In spite of it all, he's working on spite.
That's right.
Then we have the tech department where Jason is working on release stuff and meetings.
Important stuff.
He's releasing stuff.
Yeah. He can come work.
Wizard Smoke. That's right. He can go release some nut butter. Laz has the jars. Wizard Smoke is working on making soda great again.
Ooh.
And the build process meetings and and bugs.
Bug. That's low. That's low.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty
funny. But it's low.
One and Only is working on bugs and post effects. Then Burning Toad is still scratching that itch while he works on build process meetings and live patches and lot permissions. Tassilo still working on data center setup and store updates and pledge accounting.
Yeah, I got to talk about that store. We'll get to that in a few minutes.
What do you mean, the store?
We'll get to that in a few minutes.
Hey, you want to know what's really funny? Today's stand-up corner is just posted.
Yeah, I believe.
Then we end up with QA. We have James working on regression and forums. Reese is working on a sanity test and forums, and Serafina is working on regressions and forums and customer service.
That's right.
That's right. Production management and other, we have Brecken working on the nothing.
The big donut. Nothing to be sent out, no prizes to be done. Looks like she's
The nothing.
the nothing.
The real question is, did she find a grain of sand?
Don't know.
Dippy Bird is working on live patches and meetings. Gorn is working on add-on store updates and metrics and general business. And then Hutch is working on Oracle Automaton. Then Chaos is working on bundle data tracking and bugs. And Release 32 and Release 33 planning. And the store update. Darkstar is working on the update of the Avatar on forums and playtesting, and Jira Triage. And that is what... That's right.
Yeah, I can't
That
believe
is
this.
what our devs said they were working on in yesterday's meeting.
Yeah,
You can't believe what? What?
Someone's at the door or something.
Ooh. It's probably the electrician. So while
To
Waz is
install
away,
something somewhere.
That's right. We do have more stuff on the add-on store, and we can cover that real quick until he gets back. So don't forget, we still have Lord British's birthday cake. This year, it is giving out 5 red rockets and 5 60-count packets of blue ground missile fireworks.
Red
so make
rocket.
sure that you get this. That's right. Red rocket, red rocket, red rocket. Make sure and pick up your Lord British's birthday cake for 2016, because it will be a rare and it will be valuable.
Sorry.
If you think about what's happening with the 2014 birthday cake, where people are selling it for way too much money, this one is
How much?
rockets. I think I saw one for 140 the other day.
Yeah, prices on
So
some of
we do
those
have
things
a lot
are,
to- Yep.
Oracle heads are about 100, over 100 these days. All sorts of interesting stuff. Lord
Yes.
British necklaces,
Oh.
I thought would be a little bit more. I don't know why they're not more myself personally, but
Yeah. So there has been a new addition to the add-on store, and that is a placeable telescope. Did you see that?
that's
I need
Or is that
one.
what you wanted
something
to
I
talk
knew was coming, but I had not seen it. But let's get that up there.
Yeah, so on the add-on store, we do have a new placeable telescope.
Let's get this up on screen for the good folks out there. Yes, the telescope was coming in, just like when you go to those scenic outlook points, where you could,
Yes.
put a coin in. They should make a coin-op version so that people can come by the property and we can collect some gold. 1 gold, view the solar system.
Well, if that's the case, I can think of lots of things that they could use for money sinks.
But
Spy on
But,
people.
yep. But that is the newest item in the add-on store.
now I'm
And
guessing
sign
this
packs
replaces
are
the spyglass.
insane.
This will have the same effect
Well,
as the spyglass, I'm guessing.
Yes, same effect as the spyglass, and it is placeable. So it is one where you can end up with lots of it. There were a few other additional signs that were added, like the hospital sign, as well as the water magic sign, were both added. The funny thing is, you cannot, in a player-owned town, you cannot have trainers. So I don't know why they released those 9 packs.
What do you mean? They released a
So
trainer?
they will not allow player-owned town owners to actually have skill trainers. But if you look in the add-on store, you can actually buy the trainer
I got you.
9 pack.
I
Yeah,
got
so it's I don't know why they're doing that.
I can tell you why they're doing that. You don't know why they're doing that?
Why?
Because skills are going to become teachable, like emotes. And you're going to be able to, impart skills onto another player at a certain point and be able to teach them so you can become your own trainer, basically.
I don't know if I like that.
We can already teach people stuff. So why not put a trainer sign up there and go into business training, people emotes, just for starters. But training skills is coming down. I don't know all the details of it, but it was mentioned just in one of the blurbs here in the last day or two. Yeah, the 3 signs per recipe. I got a clutter of signs that I have no use for now. I don't know what to do with them.
Well, I haven't bought any of the sign packs just because I don't like the way that the sign packs were created, because I don't see myself using 3 different styles of signs on one building.
Well, and then there's Justin, who used all different sites and all different ones on one piece of property. I don't know about that. Some people are going to be inclined to do it, and other people are not. But moving right along,
we do have our hangout questions.
Let's get those up on screen.
I was on Dirty Deeds, and we have a lot more to cover. I got to go find Dirty Deeds again.
Yeah, I'm having a connection problem.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday,
cable. So yesterday
we were starting to cover the post-mortem questions, and we are down to Elrin Silvertree.
All right, let me get there with everybody.
Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm getting
just
it up on
do
screen.
a search for Dirty Deeds, and it's the next one.
Yeah, I closed that screen out yesterday. I don't know why I did.
Done
Why
dirt
would you
cheap.
do that? Yeah, that's
Well,
right. Dirty Deeds. Done dirt
is that what you're
cheap.
playing?
No, he's not. He's playing Tool right now.
No, I need that
Oh,
song.
I was gonna
That's
say,
a good idea.
I'm wondering what it was I'm listening to you playing there.
If
Yes,
you
Tool.
paid attention to the conversation at all, you would see that Gix keeps on requesting Tool stuff.
Oh no, I'm off doing something else here. Lost again, you know me.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I had to go step away there for a second.
Okay.
The
So-
damn
so
dog
is
saw a
squirrel ready?
squirrel. Yeah. Not yet. Again, I'm having a little bit of difficulty here with this cable today. I'm having a damn hard time finding this goddamn link. Thank you.
I linked it for you. There you go.
You know,
Laz,
it's
which is-
a little button that says here now.
Your middle name is Technical Difficulties, isn't it?
That's right.
Laz, Technical Difficulties. Long.
All right, so who are we up to?
Elrin Silvertree.
Oh, come on with these dogs here. I'm serious. I can't get a break this week.
Yep. While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and keep on sallying forth.
Anybody who doesn't know it by now should know it. You know, we don't answer the door, don't do this, and you shouldn't be here at this time of the day. But anyway, again, I went out and they're barking at squirrels and birds most likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Elrin wants to know when the stairs will be added back to the town arena basement. I believe that would be /bug report that, and they'll get to it eventually. And are there plans to allow materials or at least color changes to houses? 90% of the houses buildings on the add-on store would be 100% more appealing if you could change their color material scheme.
Ooh,
that would be
interesting.
nice. The ability to paint our houses.
Yeah, paint. Oh, I like that.
I like that too. Painting houses.
Now I don't know. Is that what? Yeah, I would have to think
But,
about that, because that would open the door.
How
to,
many pink houses can we have?
Well, you know, how many Countach pink packages were sold? It was Countach pink is a hot item out there, and it's still available.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
still available, so yeah.
Now I don't know. Would that lend itself to graffiti? You know, if people had
possibly.
Paints, you know. I think the implications. You know, you get people painting. What can they do with it?
I would. You know what? I like this idea. The painting houses, that will actually make things a lot more interesting. And in game, we actually have Gix singing along with.
I saw that, and that's not up on screen.
No, it's not on screen for me right now either. PKU wants to know whether or not crafting stations can be converted to pot decorations. I know you want to turn these into lots, but making stations a deco item that towns can use in pots makes sense. I'm not asking for containers or house decorations just to make a mini crafting gathering areas, community building areas without needing to buy village lots all over town.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that one either.
And I know exactly why, and so do you.
Well, that's because, I mean, some of those things like were add-on store items, and so you had to buy certain lots for it.
Well,
and then how are my droppable gold piles in my house coming?
They're not.
Stacking gold.
They're not yet.
They haven't worked on it yet, and so that is something, it's coming down the pipe eventually. But what I would like to see more before that is the ability to put gold inside of a chest. So that way my tip box works properly.
That's right, yeah. This way, you know, people enjoying the show can drop a couple of coins in the chest as they pass by the lot here. If they enjoy what we're doing and they enjoy the show. And, of course, we are on the in-game radio, so anybody passing by can just click on the radio, hear what we're talking about, and, of course, join in the conversation as we're here every day doing the news for you folks.
Wait, not only that. If you want to join us live on air, you can just go to nbnn.info, click on the connect button for Discord, and then type in the name that you want us to call you, preferably your in-game name,
we'll call you anything
join us. We will call you anything you want. So it doesn't matter.
And maybe some things you don't want us to call you, but that's besides that.
Baby, you know I love you.
That's right.
That's right. So
I want to touch on that.
You also had the question.
Yeah, I want to touch on that crafting thing, and you know, there's a reason why that's not going to happen, because they want people to go exploring into all these territories, and if they give people these crafting stations like that, they're all going to set them up at entrances so people can run in and out of their towns to smelt things and then get the hell out, and nobody's going to go exploring. So that's not going to happen. As I just know that's a mechanic they're not going to allow. We had somebody, you know, one of the new guys I was talking about the other day, wanted stations out by the mines, you know, like they had in UO.
Oh,
you could find a forge out in certain areas in the wilderness.
Someone had used one of the bugs early on in the game and placed a crafting forge right next to the mines, and hey, then we can use that. So, I mean, that is always kind of funny. So the hard part is for people to remember, this is the spiritual successor to Ultimas. It is not UO2. It is a spiritual successor, which means that they're talking about virtue systems.
That's right. And we're not talking... So
it is not...
Yeah, exactly. It's not Ultima Online. It's not Ultima 7. It's Ultimas.
Yeah.
This is a spiritual successor to the whole kit and caboodle, from Akalabeth to D&D #1, which you can play right here on the teletypes in-game. I mean, you want to talk about metagaming, gotta love it. You can play Richard Garriott's very first game inside his very latest game and really get deep into it, you know, never come out of the rabbit hole.
That's pretty cool.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it so much, man. Yeah. I had to get it.
You had to get a few teletypes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then the question becomes, when can we get smaller container sizes that are craftable, like tiny wood crates and wooden boxes?
I believe those are
I think the wooden crates are already in, yeah. But I think they want smaller ones.
Yeah,
I don't know how small they want.
We've got backpacks. What they need to do is make things like backpacks and other containers.
Yes.
House inventory, so you can drop them on the ground, and use them like that, not as just backpack containers.
Well,
absolutely.
Also, if you think about the artisan box of plenty that is actually on the bar right now,
which is still not functional,
bar behind you, still not. Yeah, well, they broke it. It used to be functional, but not anymore. That is one where it's like small containers that big would be great.
Optional. Optimal. Sorry, optimal.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Love to have little containers like that.
Yes.
Love to be able to put containers in containers. You hear us out there, folks? Containers in containers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think if they fit
in containers, that, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to.
Yeah, they should also take in, yep. Well, that means that they would actually have to put container limits in there and be more specific about what size container can have what size items.
Have that already. I see weight limits. I see item limits. Whether they're functional or not is not something we have any control over. Cough.
Yeah,
cough,
and
cough,
then
cough.
Yeah, cough.
Throat.
Nero asked the question about how many of the scenes are still going to be simple clones of others after Final Wipe. And that is one, remember, where they are putting in the under construction sign because they are going to go back and rebuild each of those scenes as independent. So don't expect everything to be a clone after Final Wipe.
We also know that there's going to be clones out there. So not each and every scene is going to be a unique individual scene. If you're not paying attention, they can rotate a scene on us real easily. And you really won't recognize it until you're very familiar with it,
That, and to what extent do you call something a clone? Do you call Solania and Kingsport clones? Because technically they are clones, but they changed the biome and they also changed some other things.
Absolutely.
To make them have completely different looks and different feels.
Different clothing on the characters who live there. You change it up a little bit. And that's another thing that everybody's waiting for, of course, is being able to change and garb their NPCs so that all the NPC vendors don't look identical.
Yes. And that is something that we do know is coming down the pipe, that they are going to be working on NPC models and creating a variety of those. So that is something coming, and it's just something we have to be patient for. Nero has another question of, will there be any craftable enhancement that improves maximum durability instead of decreasing it?
That's already in.
Life is but a dream.
Row, row your boat.
Row, row your boat. Gently.
You like that?
Merrily.
Kicks. Great request, Grace.
That's right.
Love it.
Yeah. Oh man. Will it be impossible to improve a pledge item through crafting or enchanting? A very few of the pledge items are actually socketable. Most of them are not. So
they are as is.
Yes.
Now I would love to take my sword over here and add some enchantments and some socketing to it and make it really badass. But
because
I like it just the way it is.
Some of the pledge items can actually be improved, but I can't remember which ones actually had sockets. But that was all based off of descriptions.
Give us a little something to dance to, will you?
Oh, you said that right as I pushed in there.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Don't worry about it.
You want to dance, though?
Yeah, we got
no,
time.
He doesn't. He wants to lie. He doesn't want to dance.
So moving right along.
Okay. Moving right along. I've got to take off my clothes now.
That's right.
The funny thing is, you're doing this while I'm supposed to have something else on screen.
Well, I didn't say give us the dance. I just said give us some dance music. You know?
I know. It's like,
well,
seriously. It's like when you request dance music, this is what you're requesting.
That's what you're gonna get.
That's right. Okay, so let's see. Is there any hope that we're going to get a better chat system akin to WoW or ESO with linkable crafted items, a more intuitive user interface, and the ability to remove a tab we no longer want? Some of that is already there, other than the linkable items. How about a mail system? That would be even better.
The mail system would absolutely be wonderful. Of course, something we've been asking for and we've been waiting for. Everybody's waiting for that, and I'm hoping we're going to see that before launch in December, because it's going to be rough if we go into launch without that kind of system. Just my opinion on that one.
Yeah. Then the question about Steam ratings. It's like, really, who cares about what that says?
You know what?
Right now?
We're over Steam
because
ratings. We know it. They know it.
We have known for a long time that most of those Steam ratings are people that are never going to be happy with anything, and some of the Steam reviews that are extremely negative are from asshats in the community,
and they're from 2 years ago when the game was first released. After the chicken room. People
you have to remember that
for 5 minutes.
They changed how some of their Steam rating system was done, though.
Well, I know. Steam revamped it, and that changed a lot of people's ratings, and people were screaming bloody murder about that too, because how the logarithm, still bullshit.
Yeah, so it's all good. So Cypher Black wants to know when we will see the player-owned town, village, and town tax-free lot deed bundles. I still get annoyed at the idea of the town tax-free deed, or the POT tax-free deeds being on the add-on store as bundles, but whatever.
Well, those only came out because they were sold out. And that's what's going to happen when the other ones won't make an appearance until the original ones, the regular place anywhere, deeds are sold out. That's something we already know. There's no question about that.
So
those were sold out. Somebody melted a couple down.
Probably in a couple months.
And I believe are 2 still available? Is that what it is? Those 2 still out there now?
We can always check.
Yeah, real quick.
Oops.
Hop on over to the store. Hop on over to the store and see.
Village deeds are sold out.
Oh, village. We know that.
Yeah.
I was talking about the other ones.
Town deeds, there's 18 left. City deeds, there's 2 left. Row lots, there are 214.
Oh, it's the city ones. Yeah, the cities were sold out.
Cities were sold out, but there are 2 now.
I know it was one of those.
Yep. But going back to what we're talking about and what we're looking at, we do have Ladderless with, will there be one last chance to convert add-on credits? Yes, there are, and that's been answered multiple times. That, with there will be 3 white periods right before release 32, including the day of, as long as you don't click claim items in game.
Now, there's other things that are going to be happening here. I'm understanding that there's talk about people being able to melt things down for obsidian crowns. In essence, melting down after the fact, but not quite the same. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but there's been some chatter about it in the background. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to handle that after we go to permanent status here. And we go to a static world.
So R.O. Kincaid wants to know when they're going to go with a full loot system and lots of PvP, because he wants to gratuitously kill everyone and make a profit and make his income by murdering and stealing.
Yep, not gonna happen. Ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, as they have said many times, that they're not going to go with a full loot system and they're not going to go with an open PvP, other than flagging for PvP or going into PvP zones. But we do know that some of those PvP zones are supposed to be where there's rare materials supposedly dropping, as well as, I need to say Fandango. Mamma mia. Squirrel.
Mamma mia.
Dammy Skirta. It's like squirrel. But as far as open PvP, we know that it's not coming other than people PvP flagging. Maybe they will create some sort of faction system to give other people a reason to
let me
do
go.
more PvP.
Now, faction system would be nice. People are asking for a faction system.
Yeah.
You know, and we'd like to see that as well. At least I know I would. It'd be nice to see a whole world faction system where you don't have to be in a guild, but you can be in a faction, and you can take a choice. So, going to be interesting to see that one as well.
Yeah. And then, let's see, where am I at? Can we have quivers to carry our arrows and a map case for all our maps, please?
Now,
The map case we know was supposed to come at some point in time.
We had
Is
the
it supposed to be a map book?
we had the map
the
atlas,
atlas.
and that was out there. And I've seen that a couple times, not just here, but I've seen it on the forums. And I know I had an atlas at one point, and I put it in the bank, and I forgot about it because it really was worthless. It was...
You know, you've got this thing called sodamap.com that's much better.
Yeah, well, that too. But some people still like to have that map up. You know, it's one of them things.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yep. And then quivers. I mean, do they want the quivers on as part of their dress, or they just want in-game quivers that automatically collects arrows?
It's a good question. I don't see the difference between stacking arrows and having a quiver. Why do we need a quiver if the arrows stack in your pack? Don't get it. You know, unless they're looking for some, uber stats and something they can wear, man. That's
right.
That's the only reason why I could think to add a quiver. Aside from, you're breaking my freaking immersion over here. I'm an archer, but I ain't got a quiver. Now, historically, archers didn't use a quiver because they got in the way. Historically, archers actually carried their arrows in their hand. So I don't know if most of these people know that. But interesting stuff. But moving right along.
Moving right along, where are we moving to? Are we moving to Ansev's comment?
No, we're moving to today's calendar because we're getting to be about that time of the day. So we got to start wrapping it up and saying our thank yous, saying our goodbyes, saying what's coming up in today's world out there in Shrouded Avatar for everybody to go and do. Of course, we are on the cusp of Final Wipe. We are about 3 weeks out. Everybody is waiting. We're seeing the numbers are low. People are just taking some time off. And that's happening all over the place. Everybody is ramping up for what we are calling the Shroud flu. A lot of people are going to be calling in sick, getting sick during the time of launch, and it's going to be really wild to see the numbers, because all these towns that are being duplicated, all these towns that are being made out there, there's a reason for that, and everybody keeps screaming, we don't have enough players for all this land. Well, guess what, folks? All that land has been pre-sold. If you didn't know that, well, here's your sign. All that land is for deeds that are sold to players and needs to be there for those players. So those people are coming. This place is going to start filling up real quick in about 3 weeks. and we're really looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming, and this is going to be the influx of the first wave, as far as I'm concerned. Carrie Death.
Yeah, Carrie's not in here with us though.
She's in chat.
She's watching on the stream though.
She's watching. She's lurking.
So
she's our little wallflower out there.
Yeah, that's right. As far as our community calendar goes, remember it is provided by our friends over at
Shady took the whole week off. I love it.
That's right.
He's already got
Avatar
it
Circle
off.
is currently. That's right. Avatar Circle is currently administered by Kays and Phoenix Fire or Wrath Phoenix on the official forums. Since it is a Google Calendar, you can connect to it and you can add it to your own website, or you can ask to add events to it. All times on the community calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we refer to it in game as New Britannia time. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, I don't think I can. Today is Wednesday, July 6th. We do have the most important events at 3, 6, 9, and 12, and that is going to be on Radio Free Britannia. It's this liberal show called Lunch with Lads and Jack.
Liberal?
Yeah. Sounds stupid.
Maybe you've heard of it before.
I don't know. I hear those guys.
Maybe it's
assholes.
where people interpret the news, and they are. That's beside the point.
That's right.
I can eat my own
beside
lunch.
the point. That's right. If you are interested in some PvP, you can join EVL with their Virtue League PvP tournament tonight at 7. Remember, that's going to happen in proper PvP-ness, and the proper PvP-ness is going to be occurring in Chaos Caverns between 7 and 8, followed by Laz's favorite event of the week, which is Striker Sparhawk's Happy Hour, otherwise known as
Spend Sparhawk's Gold.
That
I
is
love
correct.
spending Sparhawk's Gold.
Anytime anybody has a free set of drinks, that is the place to be.
That's the place to be.
So
You'll
you can
buy
go
and
get
I'm
free-
drinking. That's right.
Yeah.
I love drinking on OPM. Yeah, OPM.
Then from there, that is the entire calendar
That is it.
for Wednesday,
Today's
July
calendar.
6th.
Now, don't forget, coming up tomorrow, we'll be bringing it to you right after our show, about an hour after our show. The post-mortem is being held tomorrow, and we'll get the good folks from the offices answering your questions. Some of those questions are what we've been going over the last couple days. You've been hearing us read. And, of course, a lot of those questions have answers. We try and answer what we know and what we can to keep you guys up to speed, because they don't always all get answered. So been working and talking to Beric, and hopefully we're going to get to a point at one stage here where anything that doesn't get answered, we'll try and do a little piece and get them to come and answer the rest of those questions during the week, hopefully on the show. And this way we will get all the questions answered, because they've got other stuff besides just answering all the questions. They want to tell us about new additions, what they did, why they did it, what's coming up. They've got a lot more explaining to do. What was that?
And Unity problems.
Unity problems,
And
absolutely.
I have some news about Striker Sparhawk's Happy Hour. It is actually going to be in Justin's house tonight, since she doesn't have to stumble home very far.
House party. House party
So
at
it's
Justin's tonight.
That's right.
Justin's gonna get sloshed.
That's right.
That's right.
Meanwhile,
She might be dancing
we're going to
somewhere.
have to get on to other things here. We got to thank our good folks and our sponsors. Folks who help us out with the show, make donations, and make the show what it is, aside from you folks out there. Folks over at sodacrafting.wiki, Shrouded Avatar's first searchable crafting database out there. Somebody was looking for a recipe earlier. We pointed them in that direction, and hopefully that helped them out. Our good friend Ben over at relicsbyrill.com. RelicsByReal.com's got all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. You get your t-shirts, get your hats, get your patches, get your comic books, get all sorts of other great items from Relics by Real. Use the promo code NBNN and you get 10% off all your swag from RelicsByReal.com. Our good friend Jacob White over at SodaMap.com. You want to tell folks about the map, Jack?
So the map is truth, according to Lord British. If you are trying to find something like Wolves Den and you don't know where it is, you can always go to sodamap.com and type in Wolves Den, and it will show you exactly where it is. Absolutely. Out on the perennial coast. Just go to our doors and then take a left and run down the West Perennial Trail.
Hang a left, straight as piss, and you'll find it. You can't miss it. That's right. Soda Map for all your travel needs here. Our good friends over at sodataming.com and sodacrafting.com. These guys done a lot of the hard work for all the crafting and taming needs. Cat wrangling is not an easy job around here, and if you need to know how to wrangle a cat, you're going to need the information over places like sodataming.com. And of course, last but not least, our good friends over at the Shroud Marketplace. ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. And I'm sure Jack will love to tell you about that too. Right, Jack?
That's right. Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. That includes welcoming the newest vendor, which is the Astoria Lumber Company, which is actually one where they came by the studio yesterday, and we need to talk about that. It's probably on tomorrow, because they did have some flyers.
He's got all sorts of business going on out there, and he's not doing the traditional thing, and they gotta love what they're doing with the Astoria Lumber Company. And yes, we will cover that, but we got folks setting up their businesses, coming to us with their advertising, and that reminds me to remind you, if you've got a guild, you got a shop, you got a company, you got something you want to promote, let us know about it. Get it on the calendar. Tell us about it. We'll go ahead and get the world notified about what's going on in your world. Come talk to us.
And don't forget, if you have a business of any kind and you want to buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related, you can do so on shroudmarketplace.com. As long as it doesn't violate the terms of service.
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, no happy endings on promo. Remember that, Scroda.
No Scrota's music service.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't forget, on Shroud Marketplace, you can solicit a Scrota's music service thing for $1, and that $1 gets you
everything you want.
That's right. $1 Scrota make you holla.
That's right.
No happy ending.
That, or if you planned on that, and if you wanted an in-game wedding, Laz has you hooked up with his own private island and everything else. Just contact Weddings and More by Laz.
That's right. You need a beachfront wedding, you want a sunset wedding, you want a private cabana, you want a big mansion, we got it, and we'll get it for you. Come see me and we'll get you all set up. All sorts of events, whether it be weddings, parties, bachelor parties, end-of-world parties, you name it, we got it.
Yep, all of that will be available on shroudmarketplace.com.
That's right. And with that final note, we got to go ahead and wrap it up and get out of here for today. It's approaching the 2 o'clock hour on my side, which is 1 o'clock on everybody else's side. And we will be back with everybody tomorrow for more Lunch with Laz and Jack, as well as a simulcast of the postmortem as it happens. So we're going to go ahead and say thank you. Jack, you want to take us on out?
Yes, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you for participating. Thank you to everybody out in Twitch. Kush Lady, Blood Omen, Botox, Carry Death, Change Tip, Lord Raven Shadow, Maynard, as well as Dreadfully Despised, Stella. Yes. So thank you guys. Thank you for participating. Thank you to those that are hanging out in Discord with us, even though you've been quiet. Guardian Spiff and Winfield. Thank you guys. Thank you. We couldn't do this show without you guys, and we do it for you.
And
so
of course,
thank you for
everybody
listening.
in the audience
Radio.
out here in game.
Everybody out on Radio Free Britannia and people hanging out in the studio with us.
We thank you all. But meanwhile,
Especially
we got to
Jake's
wrap it up and
Inverness
get out of
Fairwind.
here. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
It's a Scroda.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned to NBNN for more news, sports, entertainment, the latest updates, and all the ramblings that we can muster here in Shroud Avatar. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more here on NBNN. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Where's Casey's balls been?
I don't know where Casey's at all.
We need a headset. That's what we need.
I know.
What we really need is Justin. We need Justin. Justin's got to quit her job and join the team.
Exactly. We need to win the lottery so that way we can pay for her to hang out with us. Uh-oh. This song's gonna